I'm here doing service calls today. I've got 2 on my list right now. This first one was super easy, supposed to be a red bulb that was out. I was just gonna hopefully tighten it. The only thing is, when I got here, I realized that the power is plugged into an eave by a switch inside the house. Nobody's home, so it turned into something that now I've got to create an extension, plug it into the wall, and reach up to the roof line. When I did that, blew the fuse. I should have prepared a little bit better. I should have had the customer turn on the switch for me to go out. So that's something I'm going to call the office right now, let them know that if there's any service calls this year, to let them know to make sure the power's on and the bulbs are on. So when I get here, I don't have to troubleshoot. All I can do is just find the bulb that's out and replace the bulb. So, you know, what could have been a simple job here turned into now possibly an inconvenience to the customer because nobody's here. The power for that power box is off. So you never know. So just be as prepared as you can. When you get a call for service call, try and cover your bases right there. So when you get to the job, it's really easy. Man, I am really upset with myself for some reason. I feel like it was my fault that the breaker tripped. I should have plugged in the timer while it was off, plugged in the male piece to that and turned it on. I don't know if that would have still triggered the breaker to trip. I don't know, but I feel like if I would have done those steps, it would have been, I would know better if it was my fault or not. So anyway, I wish I didn't take these so personally, but I feel like it's my fault. She hired me to make her life easier. I'm supposed to be the professional. I come over to fix a simple light bulb, tighten it or replace it, and it turned into something much harder. But she seemed fine. She seemed like when she gets home, she'll fix the breaker and she will change the bulb, or her husband will. As long as I left some bulbs for her, she would be fine. So that's what I did. So hopefully everything works out. I'll check up on her tomorrow and see how it went. On this one, this is a little more complicated than just one light bulb. She said half her house is out. So on this particular call, when she called in, we told her to leave the power on so that when we get there, we could just start troubleshooting, which was something we should have done on the last one, even though it was a little bulb. So you live, you learn. Here we go. Let's see what's up with this house. This one, pretty interesting. The power is on already, so that makes things really nice. I can step out of the truck and immediately look at which sections are out. This one has power on the far right, the far left. That outlet is working perfect. This outlet is working perfect because the right-hand side is connected to that same outlet. So it's, in my opinion, it's one of 2 connections. With my luck, it's the one that's all the way at the top of the roof. I'm gonna need my cougar paws for that one. But before I do that, I'm gonna get the ladder, A-frame it, and try the lower connection first. And I'm hoping that will work, but I have a feeling it's one of those 2 connections. I'm hoping when I press it, they just work. Yeah, okay. I may not want to mess with it too much because you can pop the breaker by doing that. But it's one of these 2 connections. Rather than trying to figure out which prong is not very well connected, I'm gonna cut the wire and just put new male and female adapters on. Because these brown ones are probably 5 years old. I believe that's when I first installed this house, so it could just be that I just need new connections, so I'm going to do that now. Is that rare that you need to do this? Not really, but sometimes the brown material, whether it be strands or adapters, they weren't made as good as the clear that are newer now, or the old green materials. So I'm blaming it on the brown
materials because as they work great, they match the colors of the paneling perfectly, but they just don't stand up like the other ones do.
This wire does not want to split, and it's causing me to make it shorter and shorter. Gotta do it one more time. There it is. So what did we learn today? We learned that when there's a service call, have the clients leave the switch on so the power's on, and all you have to do is just tighten light bulbs or troubleshoot where it's not working.